Let's see. All right. All the way live. I believe we are. Yes, we are all the way live. All right. So you're asking us, how do people actually get in these deals? How do you go and talk to a seller and get them to give you a discount on their property, especially you hearing that the market's hot in almost every single market? How in the world would a seller, why in the world would a seller sell to you at 40, 50, 60 cents to the dollar? And to be the honest truth, most of the folks out there aren't the folks that we're looking at if you're trying to go wholesale real estate, or if you're trying to be a real estate investor and get the deal, get the property at a great price. You know that old adage, you make your money on the buy. So how are folks doing it? The truth of the matter is you gotta seek problems. Courtney Rollins here with the Aqua team here on YouTube, do REI Deals with the Aqua team. IG Live, I think it's do REI Deals with Courtney at the Aqua team's Instagram. Any of those spots that you are, you're checking this out. We're very appreciative of it and hope that you get something out of this. Every Thursday, the team here, you see them on YouTube. If you are watching YouTube, we come and we talk about, or we spend every Thursday at 4:30 going over some type of sales training, some type of sales strategy, technique, because we know some folks are good at the gift of gab and all, but the reality of it is it's not really much about the gift of gab. It's really about the ability to have active listening skills, ability to be able to know a certain sales process that you're able to take your seller through. And so that's what we do. We practice. We like Kobe, Mamba. We in the gym shooting our free throws every chance we get. And yeah, so I'm excited to have my team here with me. We got Brian and Rachel. I know Brian is in the middle of transitioning from home, so you might have some spotty Wi-Fi, man. So I'm not going to put any pressure on you to say what's up and all that stuff. But Rachel, what's going on with you? How you doing?
I'm well. I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm glad you're back in the saddle. Rachel is our lead manager. She's like the QB. She makes sure that we keep on getting that ball thrown down the road, or don't thrown down. I'm tearing up metaphors, but thrown down the field, right? So that any lead that comes through from our cold calling, which is our main source of marketing, calling these distressed property owners, qualifying them yes or no. She makes sure they stay in front of me, Brian, and even herself. She does a bit of calling and setting folks up for the next stage as well. So very appreciative of her. And Brian, as you may have heard me just say, he also makes calls and sets them up for either acquiring them or setting up the appointment for me to take it all down, you know. So that's what we do. So let me go ahead and share my screen and get into it. What we're talking about here today. Arama. Share the screen. Boom. All right. So y'all see that meme or that IG reel going on around, or the brother says, well, shoot, let me just play it. It's funny to me, so I'm glad I get to play it. Let's see. It's a real short clip. Have you seen this, Rachel? He says, well, they like talk about why do you choose your partner or your girl, or why'd you choose the best man in your life? And then they have this clip come up right here. He says,
I don't want peace. I want problems always. I don't want peace. I want problems always.
Oh man, that had me rolling. But yeah.
And no, I had not seen that.
But that's what we're actually looking for, right? In these deals. We're trying to find problems. The only way that we can actually get these properties at a discount is if there's some issue, some problem, some pain that we can resolve. And that can look very different. It could be the pain of, hey, I need some money so I can, you know, travel to Florida, or I really want to move in and be closer to my grandkids, or I have tenants that are tearing up the space and I don't think I can sell it, or I'm afraid of all the things that the real estate agent is going to want me to do, and I really don't have time for that. It could look like so many different things, but the fact of the matter is we trade speed and convenience quite often for solving problems and for a discounted property or discounted price. So our job really is to seek the pain, seek the problems, but there's a step that is very important A lot of folks out here will seek the pain, but then will just run off with all the benefits we provide. That's not setting you apart. Everybody out there that's wholesaling or marketing for deals for their own sales are offering as is. We'll take it as is. Everybody out there is offering, will pay all cash, will pay all the closing costs. There's no real estate commission. Everybody's offering those things. And quite honest, that's what people are just blurting out, right? Oh, I just see that as I mean, we keep going. But the challenge is what people aren't doing is spending the time to connect with folks and connecting their pain by digging into the pain, agitating the pain before they run in and try to solve. So today, briefly, we're going to look at why it's so important to seek pain and a solution or a formula for presenting that solution. So problem, agitate, and then solve. Go for the problem, seek that pain, agitate the pain even more, and then you solve it. This is literally what everybody in advertisement does. When you go, next time you open up Instagram or you turn on TV, they're going to talk about, hey, here's this issue that you have here. Doesn't it hurt when it's like this? They present the problem and then talking about how it hurts you or how it impacts your life. It's agitating it before they provide, well, now we have the simple you know, it's a formula that is old as advertising is in the world. And so for instance, a tenant is not paying. I literally just left a house where the tenant is not paying. Fortunately, we have a buyer who's going to buy the property and he's going to try to resolve the problem with the tenant. But when I presented it, when I was speaking to and negotiating with the seller, I certainly kept bringing up, hey, this tenant is not paying. How does that feel? And moving on to the agitation point right here. And so agitation, you can use a lot of the techniques we talked about in the past where you can actually label what's happening. That's just clearly stating what's going on. It can be a descriptive label of literally what's going on, or it can be an emotional label of like, hey, you're labeling how that's impacting, how that's feeling in their life. You can also ask open-ended questions. And a lot of these are combinations of pull-aways where it's like, you know, hey, why don't you just set up a plan for them to pay? You know, could you set up a plan, you know, trying to help them come up with solutions? And if they take one of those solutions, cool, awesome. But what you're really doing there is helping them realize or come to understanding or even speak more on how this is very painful or frustrating part of their life, you know? And some of the ways you can ask that is like, wow, are you still paying mortgage? If they say yes, or wow, so each month, yikes, that sounds terrible. Each month you're paying and you're going further into, oh, I don't want to say that, but you're paying each month where you're expecting to actually make money off of this property. Wow. Dang, how's that, you know, impacting your life? You can literally ask just like that. How's it impacting your life? You know, that may sound a little stale or dry, but there are definitely ways you can say, so what does that look like for you? Or dang, or how's that going? Or dang, this must be terrible. And just be quiet and let them talk and let them, you know, go for it. Before you can, as opposed to going straight into, oh, you have a tenant not paying. Okay, we take it as is. So there's a difference there. There's a difference in really being able to connect, hear their problem. And just like I know if Brian was with us, well, he is with us, but if he wasn't in spotty Wi-Fi, he always talks about going to the doctor's office. And it would be weird if you just went to the doctor's office and you just told the nurse or whatever, hey, I'm here because I have my knee is sore. And then they just prescribe you some pills. Like, whoa, slow down, Pilgrim. What do? They check your temperature. They check your height. They check your blood pressure. They ask you tons of questions quite often. And that's, you know, on purpose so they can get a full diagnostic so that when they do present a prescription or even a more further diagnostics, you feel more comfortable in understanding, oh, these folks really know what's going on here. They really know my situation. And so I better be more apt to listen to their solution. And so here is an awesome, I feel like, technique for presenting the solution before you spill all your candy in the lobby, as I like to steal from some sales training I've heard before. But when you're offering a solution, you're basically offering the feature that we provide. And it can be, you know, we take it as is, or it can be that, you know, we there's no real estate commissions. It can be that, you know, we pay all the closing costs, but whatever it is, of course, make sure that it's connected to that problem. And so you're going to take the feature that we provide you're going to state the benefit, but you're going to move even more. You're going to go a further step. You're going to provide the meaning. We are human beings. We make meaning. That is what helps us really just make our life feel purposeful. And people are going to buy or at least sell to us in this situation because of the meaning. So it's not just enough that this drill, 14-volt drill, can drill a hole super nice and super well. It also means that now you're going to get that done with ease, and your husband or wife is not going to be upset at you, or you're going to be able to put up that trophy case and have your kids see all the awesome trophies that they have, or you're going to be able to spend so much more time doing other things that you love to do. So we need to be able to connect the meaning. And then for us as wholesalers or as real estate investors going after discounted prices, properties, that's going to equal our ability to ask for that discounted price. So this is what this looks like in regular life, regular terms right here. So we have the feature. Hey, and I'm presenting this in a question because I know it looks like a form. I should have put a question up there, but it's a formula. But I want you all to think about it you to think about it as a question. So if we can take over this property as is, and you're doing hesitation because you're like calculating, right? Even though it may be a feature that you throw out all the time, you're calculating. Okay, so let me see, Mr. Seller. Let me see if we can take over the property as is with a tenant not paying. That's a benefit, taking it as is, right? With the tenant not paying, which means you won't have the hassle of dealing with the nasty eviction, or you also get your life back. What can you do for us on price? And then let it go from there. You may have to repeat different forms of this exact same formula in different ways until you get the actual price that you want. But I'm quite sure after you've built time, building rapport, agitating the pain, and then presenting what feature and what benefit and what that means to their life, and then ask them what they can do on price, that's going to condition you to be able to get the discounted price that we're talking about. All right. So how about any thoughts? What are you thinking, Rachel? Oh, look like my man had to pop out.
Yeah, it's looking good to me. I'm following so far. I'm thinking about the commercials where they're off, like you said, offering a solution, and they show the person that like spills the drink but makes like an extra big scene, and like the solution's like a cup holder by the couch. So yeah, I'm understanding what you're saying totally, and I have that visual of any infomercial doing that.
Yo, and that's those like long like commercials with like prescription medicine where the side effects seem more dangerous than the dago prescription. I realize some of those the montage at the end is always people like, well, at the beginning they're just so frustrated and just constipated in their life or whatever, and at the end they're just living their life all glorious, all happy, and just show the person that's visually showing the meaning, what this means for you. You taking this pill that the side effects are death. I mean, we're not that harsh at all. We're actually benefiting the seller in this situation. But it's just funny to see now that my mind is set to see these things, how it looks, and that's a very, very extreme example. But fortunately for us solving a problem is actually a helpful thing, and there aren't those painful side effects that come along with it. Hey, you want to role play?
Unfortunately, I have a limited amount of time, and I have to get my lunch in for this time.
I got you. Well, hey, I'm gonna let you go. What I'm gonna do though then is I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, but I'm gonna stay on here and I'm gonna make a call. And if you're out there on YouTube, I'd love your feedback to see if I'm able to connect with the seller. As a matter of fact, Rachel, you'll probably listen to it later on tonight or tomorrow morning. I would love your feedback, depending, how it goes with the seller. She's a divorcee. She has tons of property. She's trying to get rid of them. So there's a ton of pain there. And so I'm going to try to slow walk it and connect some of the pain, agitate a little more before I present some of the solutions that we have.
Okay, well, I can actually stay on for another 5 or 10 minutes. So I will listen out and then give you some feedback live. Okay.
Ooh, there it is. All right, here we go. So I had it popped up here. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. I don't want peace. I want problems, always. Why is my mom on Instagram watching me when she's supposed to be on sales training? That's funny. I'm
sorry, but the person you called has a voice.
I'm gonna call right back. Sometimes I've had that happen before where I had to call her right back.
I'm sorry, but the person
All right. Well, I'm going to give this other person, you hand off a property to me this morning, it looks like, or late last night. Person called back about Cliffwood Avenue. I'm going to call Deborah and see what's up. What's cool about this is Deborah was like, yo, here's the price we want to be at. I understand if you can't be there because of the comps, which sounds like a music to my ears. Sounds like there's an issue and they understand that property's probably overvalued.
Hello.
Hey, Deborah, how you doing? This is Courtney from the Aqua team. I think you were chatting with my team member Rachel about Cliffwood Avenue. I'm the acquisition manager. Said I'd be giving you a call. Am I catching you at a bad time here?
No, you did not.
Oh, okay, great. Well, as I said, I'm the acquisition sales manager, and so I'll just call and get a little more information here. Do you mind sharing a little bit about the property and the situation, and we'll see if perhaps we might be able to help in some way?
No, not really. I already informed her of everything that you all already should know.
Okay.
And I'm only looking for serious buyers, and I don't think you all are serious right now.
Oh wow.
So,
Why would you say that?
Based on your conversation, based on what you just said, when I've already given you the information that you need.
Yeah, I got you. That can be frustrating. I understand that. But usually when I talk to folks, I usually like.
I just said I get these calls like
Yeah.
5 times a week.
Right. Yeah.
People, everybody want to buy,
Right.
you know, but nobody want to share out the money that I'm asking. Everybody wants something for cheap.
Right.
And you know, with the economy as it is, I am not offering charity to nobody.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Well, I can definitely understand that, and especially not want to waste your time. I usually just try to catch up and get the connection directly from the person, even though Rachel left some pretty good notes here. But I guess I'll just ask you if you're at that 150 or 175 range, since we base our offers on the market value. I was just wondering how'd you come up with those numbers?
Those are my numbers, and I don't care about the market value.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, I don't care about market value. When a house is in demand, which I know mine is, you're gonna pay for it if you really want it. And I think that still is on the low end of the market.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right.
So those houses are going. The property value in that area is definitely going up.
Right.
I watch the market on a daily basis.
Yeah, Baltimore's looking pretty good in a lot of areas, especially this zip code right here. We really like that. We bought several over there on Preston Avenue, and actually we have a few that we're under contract with now that we're going through. Yeah.
I'm familiar with everything in the area,
Yeah.
and I know exactly what's going on. I monitor the market and
Nice.
everything that's going on in Baltimore.
Nice.
So that's why I keep telling people,
Yeah.
don't expect to get something for nothing.
Absolutely.
If you're serious about wanting to buy,
Right.
then we can talk, but if not, then I'm just gonna say, have a good day.
Absolutely.
Eventually somebody will come along.
I completely understand that. So why not keep it yourself though? And like, are you renting it out now, or are you making money off of it now?
Well, that's not important at this time.
I got you. Oh, it sounds like we got off to a bad start. I apologize. I definitely wouldn't mean that.
No, we didn't get up to a bad start.
Okay,
It's
great.
just that you're asking information and you're being nosy, and you're interested in buying. Then that's all we should be discussing. Anything else is not important at all.
Well, I appreciate that. Okay. Well, if somebody was able to get you their price, would you consider terms?
No,
Okay. All right.
no terms. No, too many games with those terms.
I got you.
Term size, and
Sure.
I don't want to get caught up in nothing. I
All
know
right.
what I got. I know what I'm offering, and if you don't trust me, then that's your loss. It's okay.
I got you. There's plenty of property. You're right. There's plenty of properties out there for you. You'll definitely get the buyer I'm sure you need. So what if we were able to come in at 135? Would you be able to sign today?
135 is under the margins that I'm looking at. That's under the minimum of what I'm looking at. I was looking at the high end of 175 and the minimum of 150. You're way under.
So if I go 150, if I get the team to say, hey, okay, we'll qualify, we'll put it up, we'll put the money in, we'll take it as is. You're signing 150, or is that you going back and thinking about it and coming back with another price?
Well, like I said, my minimum is 150, and then we go from there, and we can continue to discuss any options.
All right. So if I get my team to say 150, it's.
But your team, you are the say-so, I was told. You are the final say-so is what the young lady told me, and that's what you told me also. So now you're bringing in the team, then that means you have no buying power then.
Well,
that's what I was told.
I am with the team, absolutely. So I'm asking you though, if I say 150 with my team, we say, okay, we have a process. It looks like we can squeeze it up to our formula 150. It sounds to me like you're going to come back and say that's the starting point, but I don't understand if you're saying you would take 150, are you saying you'll take it, or you're not saying you're saying that you would go back and think more about it?
I'm saying that it's my minimum. My minimum is 150. My max is 175.
Okay, so we would, we make our money on the buy, so we would want to be at the minimum 150. So if we can be at 150, are you ready to move forward, or is this, I can send over a purchase agreement right now?
We can start talking. We can start talking.
All right. So what does that look like? We're 150. We can do 150. What does that look like now?
That looks like a buy. That looks like that's a starting point, and it looks like a number that I am willing to work with.
All right. So do you have an email address, or what's the best way for me to get some paperwork over to you so you can take a look and make sure we're on the same page and all?
What kind of paperwork are you sending to me?
Well, to buy the property, I need to be able to have a document that says you're going to sell it to me, so I can send it to the title company, and they can start the escrow and make sure I have clear title and to sell the property.
Okay, I need to get my attorney involved.
Sure.
And my realtor. And,
awesome. That's awesome.
We can send that to, let's see. Send it to domino4319@gmail.com.
Okay, domino@gmail.com. All right, awesome. It'll come from, I'll send it two ways. I'll send it through Hello Sign for you to look at, and I'll send it through my email, Courtney at Aqua Team Properties. All right. Well, all right. Well, I'll get the team to get started on this, and hopefully we'll be able to do business. And should I check in back with you later on? You have to check with you can check with your realtor and your attorney. When's the next time can I give you a call? How much time do you need for that? Monday, tomorrow, or what works for you?
Okay, we'll see. I'll let you know.
Okay. All right. Thank you, man.
Okay, then.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I really try to be very respectful of all, I don't try to make fun or light of any seller that we're speaking to. That was pretty funny. What's your thoughts, Rachel?
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Some people have their guard up so high, but they end up talking in circles and doing a disservice to their own selves. But I mean, I have respect for anybody that knows exactly what they want out of life or out of a home.
I agree. But I think I'm not even. But I agree with you. I think maybe she's had some bad experiences with folks like me. She's getting so many calls and people giving her the runaround and trying to lowball her and stuff like that. So they're making it harder for us to come in and have a real conversation. And she just feels like she's getting pushed around. So I can definitely see what you're saying as far as that. It was interesting. I don't think she's not serious or she's just not experienced, or both.
Right.
Perhaps both, because I was trying to call her bluff. I don't even know if 150 could work, but at this point, I was just talking more just to get more experience out there for the YouTube and for folks. What's up, Just? Yeah, she was a little stubborn there, but she probably been burnt, man. She probably been burnt by folks out here just wasting their time or trying to push her around and stuff. And so I was just like, say, okay, well, we can do 150. And then she kept on trying to. Hey, she did call me out a couple of times on some. I guess I sounded too slick or too much like a salesman. Yeah. But I'm gonna check the comps, and if I look at it and say that really doesn't work, which I really doubt 150 works in that zip code, I really do. But that Baltimore is different, block by block, sometimes side of streets by side of the street. Yeah, I'm not sure. So I'll check. Yeah, Justin's like, yeah, that's the only bad thing about this market. It's the 21213 zip code, bro. So that could definitely be 30, 20K properties to maybe what she want to get. I still need a good way to respond to sellers when he's like, I don't care what especially when they seem a little hostile. I don't care what the market says. This is what I want. And sometimes I've been able to come back after. I don't like go directly at it because that feels like I'm attacking them, but I'll go back and explain to them how we come up with our prices. And I'll explain, like, if we're on the market or if we're buying the properties, we usually have to get it at a certain percentage so that we can take it to the banks and refinance and get our money back out. I try not to be too, jargony, but say, hey, so the banks don't give us loan on it. Even though we're paying cash, we back it by the bank. Or when we actually go to resell, we know that we're going to have to pay closing costs, real estate commission, all that stuff. So we got to get it at least 30, 40% of what the market is. So that's why I have to know, or maybe I don't even say all that. I think I've said it before, but maybe I just say, that's why I have to know what the market value is so that I can get it under market value to make sure I'm, protecting my business. Oh, hell yeah. Justin said he usually makes them put on his shoes. I can dig that. So so if you were mirror buying, what do you feel like you need to get it at to make some money off of, or other phrases that you might use to that is awesome when you get them to help you figure out what you can do with the property to, keep a business going and make some money and all. Yeah. Ooh, she was I wouldn't say she was super tough because I kind of feel like and realize that she wasn't necessarily a serious buyer. Well, maybe she is, or maybe let me write some notes down. So felt we weren't seem to have had, maybe I could ask about bad experiences with other buyers. Said she would consider 150K. I'm like, why would I go any higher? She knows she won't for it. Either when I presented about a purchase agreement or a contract, either she didn't understand why we needed that, or I was just saying it in such a weird way without saying contract that she was like, bruh, what you trying to say? What do you mean? Either way, interesting. It's great because a lot of them don't know how investors buy. So when you break it down, they understand. Yeah. Category. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Justin, I'm gonna repeat that. That was good to hear. Justin, REI.just, great wholesaler out here in the Baltimore area. He can find buyers for you, and he can find leads and properties if you're an investor or if you want some game and stuff. But he said, yeah, it's great because a lot of them don't know how investors buy. So when you break it down, they understand. But that also comes with categorizing your sellers. Yeah. So sometimes I've in the past when I've sent my offer, I've sent like breakdown of the rehab that I think is going to cost, breakdown of the commissions and all that stuff, which sometimes can make you, like you said, you got to read your seller, but sometimes it can make you very much more credible. Probably more often than not, it makes you more credible. Yeah, I can dig that. Man, I'm trying to call this person at this property back, man, because that seemed like a hot lead. I ain't gonna bug her if she. See, did she call me back? She might have called me back while I was here. Well, shoot. We did our sales train. We did it. I made a lot of calls this morning, so I could just called you. Oh, she just called me back. Okay. All right, let me call her back. All right.
Hey, Courtney.
Hey, Michelle. Howdy.
Hey, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was on the other line. What's going on?
Oh, yeah. Well, I was just letting you know, like I said, I got back about 30 minutes ago. It looks like a gorgeous property there. Are you sure you don't want to just hold on to it and finish all the way through?
Well, no, the reason for it is because we're moving and because we're going through my sport, we were going to make it a nursing home. That's why my exercise in it. And that's why the bathrooms were built the way they were.
That's exactly
perfect for that.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, this could be a residential assisted living or something.
Yeah, so it was approved for and everything, but you would have to do it yourself now. But it was definitely approved, and that's why it was built like that.
Okay.
So you're getting a deal. We just want out.
Oh man. So you just like clean slate, go to Florida, hang out with the grandkids, and start your
with the grandkids and just keep it moving.
Oh man.
Like I'm giving away a feel.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to do it, but I don't want to.
I was like, man. Every time I walk into properties like that, I'm like, man, I could live here myself, man. Jeez Louise. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, but that's why I said definitely at 2, we definitely would got a deal because you already coming in having still 100, 115 and everything.
Well, I think we could do 2, but I want to ask you though, like, what if we're able to pay a bit more if you took it on terms?
What terms?
I guess we like we put like maybe some down payment down and pay you over over time and pay you a monthly payment enough to allow us to cash flow, but also for us to enter. There's not much to do that anyways. But then you can get a higher purchase price, avoid the taxes, and then you have a cash flow without having to deal with the tenants and tournaments.
You put a down payment into what then?
So we put a down payment on. I know there's a mortgage on there, but you would be able to basically wrap it to us. So it'd be like you would have. So for instance, the purchase agreement overall would be higher than what the mortgage is. And then you would give us time to make monthly payments, and we'd give you some money up front at closing, and then allows us to come in, make a payment that's obviously higher than the mortgage, so you can pay that and get a little cash flow. And I'm sure we still could finish it and take it all the way through to it as a residential assisted facility or even Airbnb or short-term rental.
Yeah, because I thought about that as well.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I've even thought about that, but I just don't feel like the headache when I'm moving. You see, so I think a lot of things I would have to do if something is wrong. I would have to come back.
Gotcha.
All my family has moved, so it would have to be me coming back.
All your family, okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying to. I mean, I put a package together. And I'll tell you, yay or nay.
Got you.
It would definitely have to be paid because my lender is cool with me, but he's probably going to say he wants like 3-4 months up front or whatever. And the taxes paid.
Okay.
I mean, whatever he says, and if y'all going to take that note and then do our paperwork too, go ahead and if you give me, I don't know, if you want to give me, 80 down. I don't know.
Right, right.
I'm real simple.
I got you.
Simple.
And
My end is I just want to be clear.
got you. I got you. Okay. And if we could do 200 though, just as cash, because I mean, I would be pushing it up there. If we could do 200 as cash, what would be the next step?
What do you mean?
Like, would you be ready to?
I would just.
And-
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm
All
ready
right.
if you are.
Okay.
Unless you want to make it higher.
Nah, like, hey, like, are the other ones looking like this one too? Because, or even like, I mean, we do a lot wide range, so I look forward to getting into the other properties as well.
Well, the one on Madison, you can take over. I told you that has the construction loan.
Oh, nice.
We can do that one as well if you want to start doing the work. And I
Right.
could keep pulling the drawers. And
Oh,
then we
interesting.
sell it together and split.
Oh, interesting. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Well, I'm excited about that. All right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and get the team to get paperwork for 1522 and send that over to you so you can look at it. And I mean, it sounds like you're very versed in it. Ours are super simple. We take it as is, no closing. I mean, we pay all the closing costs. Of course, there's no real estate commission. And
Right. You're taking
yeah.
her. And y'all about to take pictures. Okay. I'm listening.
Oh, no, yeah. So that's yeah. We, if there's any like liens, like of course the mortgage that will come, of course, out of the proceeds that we're paying. And yeah, if there's anything else in there that you see that's like, okay, what does this mean? Or I'd rather have this in here, then of course we can address that. But I'm gonna get that over to you tonight. And yeah, I'm gonna get that over to you tonight. And is it possible? Does Madison have a lockbox? I can go there in the morning.
Yes. The lockbox is the same code.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll always call you before I go over there and call you to let you know it's resecured. But I know I just talked pretty fast right there. What I was trying to say is that or what I should have said is I'm going to send over the purchase agreement for North Carolina Street. And then if you have any questions, let me know.
All right.
All right. And then I'm gonna go to Madison in the morning. And then I'll call you from there as well. I'll check in with you tonight about the purchase agreement though.
Yeah, and then what you would say raise the price more, or what we saying if you raise the price?
Well, only way we raise the price is, I mean, to be quite honest, if we raise the price, we wouldn't be able to come in at like 80K down. We would put a significantly smaller amount down. That's the way we would. So you would take it over time, and like we would come in at like 10,000 or $15,000 down.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
so it's yeah, we try to come in as it's really sweet for us, and sometimes it's sweet for the seller when they're in different situations. But here it doesn't sound like it would work for you. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna send it to Miss to the email you sent me, and I will talk to you a little bit later on.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye. Ooh, she got this property. The thing got properties are selling for like 400 over there. I would live in that bad boy. That thing is pretty nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and send over the purchase agreement. And yeah. What's up, Jess? What's up? Well, y'all, that's it. I'm about to go do this little paperwork before I forget, and then I'm gonna go play a little golfy golf. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Rise.